enjoy this video, then please leave a like and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And while you're here, why not check out all our other content? Thank you, and enjoy the video.
Also, this video contains spoilers for Transformers 1. If you haven't seen the movie yet, click off the video now. This is your only warning. So, I went to see Transformers 1, and what did I think about it? Oh my god, this movie is so fucking good! What the hell is going on? What's all that noise? Fuck off! Oh, fuck! I love this movie. Easily replacing Rise of the Beasts as my favorite Transformers film. I loved every second of it. I'm going to get my one negative out the way, so I can spend the rest of the video gushing about how good the movie is. I had a bit of a problem with the pacing. Everything seems to go by very quickly. Like, first we're here, then we're there, then we're over here, then we're back there. I feel like there could have been an extra 10 minutes to maybe add one more scene and extend a few others. I think after Megatron's fight with Starscream, there should have been a scene of them making a plan to fight against Sentinel. We have Orion who could have said like, oh, we have the evidence to expose Sentinel for his lies. And then Megatron could have said like, you know what, no, that plan, it kind of sucks. So what we're going to do instead is go up to Sentinel's big tower and just fucking kill him. And then that could have caused a little argument between Orion and D16. And then we get the scene where Sentinel's troops come down to attack them. As for the scenes that need extending, pretty much any fight that involves Arachnid. And also, I think we should have spent a bit more time on the surface. Just a little bit. Okay, one more thing. I think they should get rid of the whole cycles thing. It's never consistent, it's never explained, and it just makes things confusing. I'd rather they just say minutes, hours, days, months, years. But besides that, this is an amazing movie. Let's start by talking about the story. When I saw the trailer, I thought the story was going to be a lot like Gurren Lagann, but it's just not. I mean, sure, they go up to the surface and get some special power, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. So to explain the story simply, Orion Pax and D16, they're best friends. They work in the mines, and you know what? They're having an alright life. Even though everyone hates them. Like, Alita hates them for good reason. They disobeyed her orders and got her fired. But why does Darkwing hate them? He gets so mad whenever they show up. But anyway, they're living an alright life. But Orion wants something more. He wants to be more than just a mining bot. He wants to show Cybertron that people without transformation cogs can also do great things. And then they compete in a race, and that gets the attention of all the mining bots and Sentinel Prime. So he goes up to them and he's like, hey, you know what? I like you. You're going to be public speakers for the mining bots. Really encourage them to do better. And then they get thrown in waste management with Bumblebee. Then they find a distress signal from Alpha Trion, and then they find out it's from the surface. And Orion is like, oh, maybe the Matrix of Leadership is there. Sentinel, he's looking for it. If we go and find it and bring it to him, maybe we'll go back up to the top. So they leave and get on a train to the surface. And Alita 1 is also here. They go to where the distress signal was. They go to the cave and find out that all the primes, dead. Gone. Except for Alpha Trion. And he starts explaining everything. How the Primes died, how Sentinel is a traitor, how he made a deal with the Quintessons. And at first they don't believe him, but right after they see Sentinel talking with the Quintessons. The Quintessons don't say anything during this interaction, and that's good. I like that. It makes them more intimidating. Do you know how much worse the scene would be if they spoke? So, where's my energon, Sentinel? You gotta trust me, I'm doing the best I can, you just have to give me more time. 3 days, Sentinel! You got 3 days! If we come back and you still don't have our energon, I'm gonna rip those ridiculous wings off your back. How does that sound, Sentinel? Actually, now that I think about it, that would be hilarious. So yeah, Sentinel, he's talking to the Quintessons, and giving them the energon that they spend all day mining. So basically, Sentinel made a deal with the Quintessons. He said, hey, I'll give you energon if you leave us alone. So they killed the Primes. He tried to take the Matrix, but Primus was like, nah mate, you're not worthy. You ain't getting no Matrix from me. So now that he doesn't have the Matrix, and he can't produce more energon, he has to get the Cybertronians to mine it for him. And he took away their transformation cogs, so no one could fight against him. This affects D16 the most. He worshipped Sentinel. He did everything he could to support him and support Cybertron. But then he finds out that all that work he's been doing his entire life has been a lie. And he's unknowingly been supporting the Quintessons, the planet's worst enemy. So he gets pissed off, to the point where he wants Sentinel dead. So Alpha Trion, he gives them a recording and he's like, use this as evidence against Sentinel. I'm old. And then he gives the group the transformation cogs from the Primes, which sounds a bit morbid when you think about it. Like, oh, you don't have kidneys? Here, take my dead friend's kidneys. He won't care. He's dead. But then Sentinel's troops find them. So the group leaves, and Alpha Trion stays to, fight them off. And he gets captured right after. The group tries transforming for the first time, and you get that scene from the trailer, the, where's my head? Oh, wheels, I need wheels! That scene. D16 actually ends up killing someone at the end of that scene. I know a lot of people say his turn to evil was too fast, but the dude just found out that his life is a lie, and he just got a crazy new power. So yeah, he is going to be a bit bloodthirsty and a bit crazy. Right after they get captured by Starscream and his crew, who were originally part of the Cybertronian High Guard, but they found out about Sentinel's lies, so they were banished. Either that or they ran away, I don't remember. D16 isn't having any of it. He thinks the High Guard are a bunch of cowards, and so he fights Starscream for leadership. And then they get attacked by Sentinel's troops, and D16 and Bumblebee get captured. So Orion and Alita make a plan to save them. Alita takes the High Guard and drives a fucking train into Sentinel's tower. And Orion goes to talk to the other mining bots. And he gives them the speech that Alpha Trion gave him. A transformer isn't defined by the cog in its chest, but the spark that resides in their core. And whatever else he says. Which encourages the mining bots to fight against Sentinel. Sentinel gets exposed for the traitor that he is, and D16 is about to kill him, But Orion is like, no, don't do it, we're better than this. But D16 is just like, nah, and then just pushes him out the way. He is ready to murder Sentinel. But Orion gets up in time, he gets in the way of the shot, and falls into a pit. D16 catches him, but then he's like, I'm not your friend anymore. And then drops him. And then D16 does a Mortal Kombat fatality on Sentinel. I probably should have also mentioned, when Sentinel killed the Primes, he took the transformation cog from Megatronus. And D16 was a big fan of Megatronus. So this only pisses him off more. So D16 takes that transformation cog, and then he does the whole like, I am Megatron, that he always does all the time. Then Orion gets the Matrix and comes back to life. Big fight scene happens, movie ends. That's Transformers 1. This is a really good story. Not only is it unique, well written, easy to understand, and just fun, it has a lot of great individual scenes. I love Orion and D16's first conversation in this movie, because it doesn't sound like dialogue, it sounds like two guys just talking. I love Elita 1's I'm better than you speech. I love Alpha Trion's words of wisdom. And then Orion using those same words of wisdom later in the movie. And I know everyone says this, but the last 20 minutes of this movie is absolutely amazing. Now, as for the characters, I really like how they portrayed Orion, because normally it's like, oh hey, I'm a random guy, and then suddenly I became the greatest leader in the universe. Like, most of the time it doesn't feel deserved when Orion Pax becomes Optimus Prime, but here he feels worthy to own the Matrix of leadership. He has an adventurous spirit and a good heart. And no matter how many times people tell him, oh, you're defective, you're just a mining bot, you have no idea what you're talking about, he makes it his mission to prove them wrong. Not just for himself, but for everyone like him. And throughout this movie, you can see that. He's never doing anything for himself. He's doing it for someone else. The reason he broke into the archives at the start of the movie was to help Sentinel find the Matrix. He saved Jazz despite being ordered to leave him behind. He entered the race to show that mining bots can do way more than just mine energon. And it just keeps going throughout the film. We see someone who has the potential to become a great leader. D16 is also really good. At the start of the movie, we see someone who just wants to do a good job and follow the rules. You know, stay on protocol. But once the reveal that Sentinel is a liar happens, he just snaps. All that work he's been doing has been basically for nothing. He's been worshipping a traitor, and unknowingly been supporting Cybertron's worst enemy. So it makes sense that he would be fueled by rage for the rest of the movie. Now, I watched a few reviews of the movie before I watched it myself, and one common thing I saw was people complaining about how annoying Bumblebee was. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't find him that annoying. Actually, at some points, he was kinda funny. Elita 1 works as the overconfident, strict boss character. She had a few good scenes. I don't have much else to say about her. Alpha Trion was exactly what I thought he was going to be. He gave exposition and then went, "Hey, you're the chosen one, fulfill your destiny, I'm old." Sentinel is not only a great villain, but he stole every scene he was in. Such a great character. Arachnid is a character in this movie. Darkwing is also a character in this movie. Starscream, Soundwave, and Shockwave could have done more, but I still really liked the scenes they were in. Every line that came out of Shockwave's mouth made me laugh. I think that's all the characters. Yep, that's all the characters. Let's talk about the music. I thought it was good, but there's one song in particular that really just got me. When Orion, D16, Alita, and Bumblebee enter the cave, and they see the Primes for the first time, you hear the Transformers Prime theme. You know, the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. And then when Orion is falling into the pit, you hear that same song, the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. This movie deserves an award, man, I swear to God. Here, Transformers 1, have a trophy. Voice acting. Chris Hemsworth really works as Orion, and Brian Tyree Henry as D16 was amazing. Same with Sentinel's voice. Like, I think Sentinel is the best part of this movie. His role as the villain, the presence he has in every scene, the voice, just everything about Sentinel is great. Although there was one point where he sounded like Roger Craig Smith Sonic. I can't play the scene, so I'll try and remake it the best I can. He was greater than you'll ever be! I don't know, I'm pretty great. You know, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Steve Buscemi as Starscream was a great choice. Alpha Trion did a great job. Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee was alright. Same with Scarlett Johansson as Alita. The only one I think doing a not great job was the guy voicing Shockwave. Because he sort of switches between the "he wouldn't stop talking, especially when he was unconscious," and then the "why should we follow you? We will follow you." It was just a bit inconsistent. Animation. The movie looks good. Is there anything else to talk about? Story, characters, music, animation, voice acting. No, I think that's it. So that's Transformers 1. An absolutely fantastic movie. If you haven't watched it yet, go give it a watch. Right now. Stop everything you're doing and go watch the movie right now. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. That's it for me. Please be sure to leave a like and a comment, join my Discord server, donate to my Patreon if you want to, and subscribe to The Great Soundwave. I'll see you next time.